Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is Beat the Bookie, the show that we bring you each week where we drop our picks and tips for all the weekend's action. Safe to say, Darren, our favourite show of the week generally.
Absolutely, and I just want to remind all our listeners, this is called Beat the Bookie, not Beat Your Neighbour, so Russians need not apply.
Oh, good Lord. Let's get into this. Match week 27. So let's run down through the fixtures. I hope you brought the crystal ball. Is the crystal ball there or the crystal vase?
I have it, brother.
It's there. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
We start off Friday, Southampton versus Norwich. Then we go into Saturday, Leeds versus Spurs, United versus Watford, Brentford versus Newcastle, Brighton versus Aston Villa, Crystal Palace versus Burnley, Everton versus Man City, West Ham versus Wolves. And then we rounded out with a small little Carabao Cup final at Wembley, Chelsea versus Liverpool. And I think we have one other game on the Tuesday, is it?
We have Burnley and Leicester from
Leicester.
Turf Moor, or as they should call it, Turf Less, because there's about as much grass there as there isn't fucking as there was at the AFCON.
Just reverse it. More turf needed.
More turf, please.
Right, let's get into this. As always, please, folks, gamble responsibly, but always, as we say, drop your bets into the comments there for the chance to win some of our fantastic new merchandise that's there on display behind me. You don't have to be a fan of Liverpool or the Shankly Sessions. We have upper tier stuff as well. We have mugs, all that kind of stuff. Drop your picks in there. Let us know. If you win a few, Bob, we'll sort you out with a nice little care package from the upper tier. Darren, you begin this week. Give us your bets.
All right, Niall. Yeah, lovely. I have two nice little bets for us this week. Two lovely little prices. My favourite bet, I've told you before, and I'll keep telling you, my favourite bet is result and both teams to score. So for my first bet, I have gone with the mighty Spurs away from home at Leeds. I have gone with Crystal Palace. That is at home against Burnley, if I remember rightly.
Right, yeah.
And I have also gone with a draw and both teams to score in the Brighton-Aston Villa game. So that's Spurs and Palace, and then a draw in the Brighton and Villa game. And that, as a treble, with all 6 teams scoring, will pay you 60-1.
Lovely. That's great bet.
You like that one?
Great bet. There's nothing far-fetched about that for a 60-1. That's a tie.
Not at all.
Nice.
I've looked after you there, Noel, haven't I?
You have indeed. Absolutely.
I have. And do you know what?
I think that might be your
second. I'll tell you what's even better.
Go on.
I have another one just like it.
Excellent. I think I might go with that one for the charity bet. You might be 2 for 2 this week. Because we picked your bet last week as well for the charity bet. So I think we'll go with you again this week. They're nice odds for a not too stretched bet. So we'll throw a few bob on that and we'll donate it to a charity if it comes in. Do you want to give me your second one?
We're going to donate it to the Roman Abramovich Fund. Just because the UK are about to strip him of all the pennies and pence and rubles that he has. They're going to kick him out of Kensington and fire him in a little rocket all the way back to Moscow to his mate, that ugly little thing out of fucking Lord of the Rings, Vladimir Putin.
We might have to send a few bob over to Chelsea just to meet the wage bill if everything's getting frozen, will we?
Well, I mean, like, Lukaku's takeaway bill certainly is going to need to be looked after by somebody, isn't it?
That has to be 300 bills, doesn't it?
Has to be 6 figures, I'd say, at this stage. Big lump.
When you say takeaway, you mean food coming into him. You don't mean takeaway as in someone coming along and taking him away.
No. I mean his takeaway. I'd say he's up on 3 or 4 pizzas a week, that lad, or a night maybe.
I can tell you now, if his name is on the team sheet on Sunday, you will not see a bigger smile than mine.
and rightly so. Right.
Give us your second one.
Yeah, my second one. We're going to start off on Friday night. And I am going to go for Southampton,
the governor,
and both to score in the game with Norwich. Norwich have a little bit about them going forward these days. I like the boy Josh Sargent a lot. I don't necessarily like American soccer players very often, but I do like this kid, Josh Sargent. He is a very tidy footballer. So I'm going for Southampton.
He's also a very funny person. I don't know if
He
you've
is.
seen
There's a
some of
couple
his
of inters.
interviews.
I've seen the
He's
interviews.
hilarious.
I like this guy. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does he look like a cartoon character with the curly red hair? Like he could be in Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Couldn't he, this guy?
Yeah. You just need to whack on a few more freckles.
Yeah, he is. He's a good guy though. I like him, I have to say.
Yeah.
So we are going for Southampton and both teams to score.
Okay.
Then on Saturday afternoon, Manchester United versus Watford. We are going for Manchester United and both teams to score. Again, This isn't a stretch. We like conceding goals against the best and the worst of teams. And then we're going to finish it off. And this is where we get a little bit of a price bump. And this is where we're going to look on Tuesday night, last game of this game week. And we're going to look at Burnley and both teams to score against Leicester.
This is going to be a massive price.
Well, it's not going to be a massive price. It's only 3 teams to win and 6 teams to score. So it's not massive. It's Burnley at home against Leicester. It's United at home against Watford. And it is Southampton at home against Norwich. 3 teams to win, 6 teams to score, 50-1.
I'm actually shocked that the odds on that are shorter than your first bet, because I'm looking at Norwich there, struggle. Yeah. I'm looking at Watford there, kind of struggle. And then you're picking Burnley to beat Leicester as well. And I know it's a big call that's more deserving of better odds, I thought. I would have thought that would have been coming in around the 70 to 80 mark compared to the first bet. But yeah, good choices too. Great bets, actually. A 50
2 nice little bets, a
50-1,
a 60-1. You're only looking at, they're only trebles.
A fiver on each will give you a week in Spain.
Or 3 weeks in Ukraine.
One way with Ryanair.
They just open a trap door and give you a parachute on the way.
And just put you in one of those big slings and just sling you over. Okay, let's get into I'll drop some of mine here. God, this Ukraine stuff is driving me insane, isn't it? Yeah. I started off with a Saturday ACA. Some of these aren't great odds, obviously.
Ukraine in the membrane.
Absolutely insane in the membrane. Accumulator, yeah. Spurs. See, you're derailing me here now. Spurs.
I know.
Spurs, Man United, Palace, and City.
I've gotten to you. I'm going to see if I can make you break kayfabe.
I was broken a long time ago, man. It's 1998 since I went down that road. This is not really Niall tonight, actually. This is his younger brother.
Absolutely.
Joke. Saturday accumulator. Spurs, Man United, Palace, and City, 6-1.
Spurs, Man United, Palace, City. Yeah. I have no problems with that. 6-1. Price is a little bit on the stingy side.
It's tight for 4, isn't it?
Isn't it? A little bit, just a little bit. But listen, is your problem with, well, I'm going to be honest. My problem with 6-1 is I'd put too much money on that to make it. So I just don't go near it.
Yeah. Then I went for the over 2.5 goals. I like that.
We do like that one. We do like that one. That gives us a little tingle. Mm-hmm.
So I went with, again, the pricing isn't huge in fairness. I went with Leeds and Spurs. I went with Brighton and Villa. I went with Everton and City and West Ham and Wolves. 9-1.
Again, certainly not out of the realms of possibility, is it?
Yeah, a tenner return a ton.
Tenner return a ton, and we have spoken about before how that's the absolute bare minimum we want to get out of a bet. Here's a ton. Like, if we're not getting a ton, it's not just worth it at all, is it?
I just love the over 2.5 because once goals start going in, you're on the way, and it doesn't matter who puts them in.
Yes.
So it's an enjoyable kind of bet.
You're onto a winner either way. I remember I got an over. I got one of those bets up a couple of years ago, and I had it was a really nicely nice price because I actually had 10 games in it.
Oh.
And I had 9 of them up, and you know what? It wasn't over 2.5. It was both teams to score.
Okay.
And it was actually Glenn Murray scored a goal for Palace to win me a bag full of cash. I just thought, Glenn Murray, you little dancer. You little dancer, Glenn. I think they were 4-0 down. He made a 4-1, but that one goal meant Palace had gotten the score sheet and they stitched up my whole bet. I was just absolutely delighted with my little self. I was. It's great.
That same Glenn Murray that gave me hope that last day of the season. Didn't last too long. What did it last? About 5 minutes before it?
About 5, yeah.
About 5 minutes, I think. For 5 minutes, I was thinking, could win it here. How did that go wrong? I did a little handicap treble as well, -1s. This one might be interesting to you as well because you called it on the preview as well. I think this would be in line with your preview calls. Spurs, Man United, and Man City. And surprisingly enough, the odds are decent, 17-1.
All minus a goal.
All -1, yeah.
Spurs, Man United, Man City, all minus a goal, 17-1. Nice, real nice.
I like
it.
Yeah,
I love it actually.
Then this is where I broke kayfabe. I did a goal scorer anytime bet. Mark wouldn't be happy about that. I didn't hot tag him in there, but he did send one as well. So I did an anytime goal scorer, and again, this might fit with your thinking for this weekend in terms of your predictions. So I went with Harry Kane. I went with Paul Pogba. I went with the little magician Phil Coutinho. And I went with Riyad Mahrez. 43-1.
I think 3 of those are a really good show.
And the one that you support isn't. Is it? I don't know.
Like Pogba's.
Do you think he might get the opportunity though? It's Watford. He'll probably get rested.
He couldn't get any more rest than he got on the pitch on Wednesday night. Jesus Christ, man.
He's back from a long-term injury, though. Needs plenty of rest.
He was only short of having a deck chair out at one stage. It was like, oh my God, is this fella going to run after this ball? Or just, oh, deep breath.
He's due a worldie, isn't he? And he's all Watford one.
Possibly. Listen, I hope it happens. I'd be delighted. But don't say it myself.
43-1 anyway, so it's
43 is nice odds.
Yeah, because
nice odds.
Yeah, not too bad at all. I also did a Carabao Cup one, which might be in line with your thinking as well. Actually,
is this a bet builder or is this a?
This is a first goal scorer and a result score. Okay, double.
Salah 3-1.
Correct. Would you like to know the price?
25s.
55-1.
Shut the front door.
55-1.
55-1.
55-1.
Get out of here, will you? The weather.
Accrington Stanley.
55-1. Are you joking me? Really?
That's what it is. I did it today.
Jesus Christ. 54. That's a lot.
It's nice, isn't it? You'd fancy a bit of that yourself now. Because both of those match your prediction. 3-1 and Mo Salah. You predicted Mo Salah to get 2. You're praying, of course, that he doesn't get the last 2. It might be the first 2.
Yeah, but listen, you're rolling the dice a little bit, but that's what gambling is, isn't it?
Do you know what I would say as well? He's on the penalties. And he ain't missing many.
Oh, don't say something like that. Because he missed one in the AFCON final, didn't he?
It's about the quality you have around you, isn't it?
He missed one in the AFCON final, didn't he? Oh, no, it was Mane that missed it. It was Mane missed it.
Salah never took one. Yeah.
No, sorry. I had a blonde moment
which is
there.
The greater of two evils. Mark, our resident referee, sent in his bets today. His last one you'll appreciate because I know you're a big fan of the championship, but we'll hold off on that.
Oh, I love the championship. I really do.
So his first one, which is probably a tidy little bet for you as well. Jadon Sancho, anytime. And United to win 3-1. 14-1.
Very plausible.
Yeah.
Very, very plausible. I do think 3-1 myself. And I mean, Jadon's been playing very, very well. Didn't have the best of nights tonight, but I think he could get the confidence back up and running with a goal here against Watford. I love that. 14-1. Nice choice, Mark. Nice choice, my friend.
Just so our viewers know as well, the lads who send in these bets don't get to see the preview beforehand because a lot of these bets this week are lining up with our preview that'll be dropping in the morning.
Well, I mean, we just need to tell people that we recorded our preview about 7 minutes ago, and now we're doing this one. So it just so happens that they coincide because I haven't seen any of these bets, by the way.
We didn't even want to fill the viewers and change our t-shirts around. Like, we just go straight in.
We just go straight. No, this is how we roll, you know.
Yeah.
Under Armour, always Under Armour. Anyway.
He also sent in his anytime goal scorer bet. And he went for Kane. He went for the boy Ramsey.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. And he went for Ramsey. And he went for the big lad up front for Burnley, Vhorst.
And is that in the Palace game or the Leicester game? Must be the Palace game, is it?
It'd be the first game, the Palace game, yeah.
How much? Anytime, all three. What, 25s?
23-1. Not too bad.
No, not too shabby.
Now, here's one. Here's one you should have an
opinion. Gotta tell you, by the way, just on that, I do like that kid Ramsey. Like that kid Ramsey a lot. Got a nice little bit about him, that boy. I do like him.
Absolutely. He also did an anytime goal scorer for the championship.
Right, okay.
He picked 3. So
you'll go slowly now.
Your knowledge on this will be better than mine, bar 1.
Yeah.
So he started out with Stoke, Jacob Brown.
Scottish international. Yeah, lovely. Okay, 1.
Then for Blackpool, he went for Bowler.
Josh Bowler. Yeah, he's got for Josh Bowler. Josh was playing very well this season. One of the standout performers in the championship. Especially considering he doesn't play for one of the bigger teams. This kid will go places, by the way. Josh Bowler. And okay, go on, last one.
And then his final one is a man we know well for Fulham, Mitrovic.
Mitrovic is going to drag the price down a little bit, I imagine. Where are Fulham this weekend?
I don't know. I didn't look at the fixtures.
Okay. Mitrovic isn't going to be any better than even money at a push. Bowler's probably going to be 3s or 4s, depending on, say, 3s. And then the fourth one was, who was the fourth one again?
Jacob Brown off Stoke.
Jacob Brown at Stoke, probably 2s. I'd say it's close to 20. I'd say 20-1.
Yeah, 18-1. It's hard to believe. Do you know how difficult it is to find an odds for bets for anytime goal scorers for the championship? It was tough today. I had to spend a bit of work getting the odds.
Did you?
Believe it or not, yeah. It doesn't come up on most of the profiles where you get, the anytime goal scorer and you can pick it and pop it into your bet slip.
Wait, on Paddy Power?
I was on Boyles.
You should go to Paddy Power, you'd have found it much easier. They have a really extensive menu and it's very easy to find. I'll tell you how easy it is to find. Even I can fucking find it. And you know how technologically challenged I am, pal.
Well, that's it. That's it for another week on Beat the Bookie. As always, we always mention gamble responsibly. Also, as we said already, drop your picks into the comments there for your chance to win a bit of merchandise. And enjoy your weekend. Bet safe. Win as always. And if you want to head over to YouTube, smash the subscribe button over there. And also,
I'm not joking you. I really thought you were about saying if you want to head over to Ukraine, and I went, what?
I don't think we'd be telling anyone to go over to Ukraine at the moment and hit the subscribe button.
No. And even when you say like gamble responsibly, I kind of feel like, Elf Lad the lad, he's not really gambling responsibly here, is he? Like, I don't think he's backing on what's going to happen after all this, is it?
I don't know what's going to happen. The only thing that's happening at the moment is it's hurting me in the wallet every time I fill up my car.
Well, I give you a little cracker, and I give all the viewers a little cracker. I come in this evening from work, and I pop my head in the door of the sitting room. My mother-in-law was there. She says, "They're going to have to do something about him." I says, "What do you mean do something about him?" She says, "They need to drag him out." I said, "Drag him out? Like, who are you getting to drag him out?" I said, "Like, you call the Ghostbusters?" She says, "I don't know. The FBI or something must be able to go in and take him out."
It's gas, isn't it?
Oh,
the FBI go in and take Putin out.
I said, "How do you reckon they'll get past the Moscow Guard? Like, do you think they'll open the gates on?" "Oh, well, I don't know now, but it's up to them. They'll have to do it."
Do you know what it is? This is the follow-on from when they took out Osama, isn't it? Well, this is the mentality and the thinking.
This is right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They think she must have thought that Putin is sitting in some bunker as well in the middle of nowhere. Compound.
Yeah. Other than sitting in the Kremlin with his feet up on the desk and a lot of caviar and porn stars hanging around him and bottles of vodka to beat the band. Because we know Elf Lad the lad, he likes a good party, this boy.
Yeah, it's mad. I don't know. I seen a video of him the other day, and he's going along in his private jet, and he's flanked by a load of these. I don't know whether they're F-16s or whatever. The MiGs, isn't it? They use the MiG fighters, isn't it, in the Russia? I think they're MiGs, aren't they, or something?
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so.
Yeah, and there was just like 3 of them either side, and he was sitting beside the window, and he just kept on doing this. It's like he was checking out the window to make sure the 3 boys were on the wing, ready to go if anything was going down.
I thought you were going to tell me he was flanked by a lot of women because he likes the women, our lad. He's a big fan of them.
It's a
Did you know,
world.
little known fact, he's the only person in the world to have more facelifts than John Collins. There you go. He is nipped and tucked to within an inch of his life, lad.
That's his way of keeping them thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see the video? Did you see the video with McGregor? Did you see the video of McGregor putting the arm around the man? Your man, no. He takes the arm away straight away.
Do you think it's like Face Off? Remember Nicolas Cage and John Travolta? Do you think it's actually Boris Yeltsin under there? Or is it Kim Jong-un? And he's going, ha, gotcha, motherfuckers.
Can you imagine? Oh, my God. Well, listen, a pleasure as always doing the show. And look, our thoughts go out to the people of Ukraine, obviously.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? On a side note, obviously.
We like to have a bit of banter, but, this is very, very serious. And to be honest with you, it's absolutely heartbreaking to watch, people like that have to leave their country and leave their homes behind them and stuff like that, and not know when they're going to return and what state it's going to be in when they get back there and stuff like that. So, I don't know, genuinely, our hearts still go out to them, and don't mind us too.
I said it today as well, isn't it? Isn't it mad that we've gone through a pandemic where everyone was so caring about each other in the world, and all of a sudden we come out of that and we go into this, and you're just thinking, what a world we live in. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Absolutely, man.
Until next time, my friend. Enjoy the football this weekend. I'm hoping to pick up our first trophy of the season. Touch wood.
I'm really hoping it's the only trophy you pick up this season.
I hope not.
Lighting candles and everything in the gas.
Lighting candles tucked into toes. Talk to you real soon.
See you, pal.